This content has been brought to you by my Patreons, and if you'd like to join them, link is in the description.
What's up? Welcome to Overthrow Media, your best place for politics, hip hop, and life. You know it's big villainous, your comrade revolutionary, dope ass MC, and international sex symbol. Today we're gonna be talking about why prosecuting Derek Chauvin doesn't really mean anything. We come right back.
Living in the house of usher, parasitical lighting structure. The plague begins to cluster in the house of usher.
We're sitting here in the midst of the Derek Chauvin trial, right? The pig who went and killed George Floyd. But here's the problem with it. He's just a scapegoat. And I know everybody's seen all these cops turn on their own, feeling like they're finally doing the right thing. But are they really? Because I'd argue this not new that they have scapegoats. There have been other examples of that, though this is gonna be the highest level. A lot of people don't think he's gonna be convicted, but I think he is. I think he's absolutely going to prison. However, I don't think that makes any real impact on what happens in our society with policing. I feel like they're using him as a scapegoat to take culpability off the rest of the police. It is a well-known tactic they do. They usually do it to black and brown officers over white pigs, but the reality of it is they do sacrifice their own to save the whole. But that isn't a sign of change, a sign of accountability. Instead, it's a sign of concealment, trying to conceal the true reasons why this happened. As much as I don't want to say it isn't Derek Chauvin's racism and white supremacy, but the institutionalized white supremacy that exists within the police force. And when a police officer outs themselves and outs their force as being white supremacists, then sometimes, just sometimes, with enough of an outcry from the black people, we see them cops get prosecuted. But they're never punished to the full extent of the law. They're never punished in the way we would be. In fact, they usually get really small amounts of time. Look at the Bay Area with Oscar Grant. Or, often enough, they lose their job as a consequence while someone else lost their life. Look at John T. Williams here. And they may scapegoat an officer, they may put some energy into making that officer look like they need to be held accountable, which they do. But the police force has no concern about that. Has concern about the ramification of not holding them accountable, because they've never seen so many people rise up against him as they did last summer. This is the only reason that cop is being prosecuted. And not to mention, there's 3 more accessories to murder who assisted and aided in that murder who are not being prosecuted. Why do you think that is? Because they're sacrificing the least of what they have to offer to be able to make sure that they can save the whole. The whole country was rocked by seeing what happened to George Floyd, seeing how this man put his knee on his neck and strangled him slowly with looks of seemingly pleasure. And they want to focus on how he is a bigot, and I'm sure he is. But what they don't focus on is how the whole system is fundamentally founded on that. We're seeing his family members come forward, we're seeing witnesses come forward, we're even seeing police come forward. We're seeing the judge not show much empathy towards the defense, and cool, but what does that really mean? Even if he gets life in prison, right? It's not the same as accountability. How does it help heal the family or make them whole again? It doesn't. And it's not saying that we should let it go. I'm saying justice should be in the hands of the family. I'm saying the system itself is to blame, not just one piggy ass officer. What I see is them not trying to seem like they're the ones that are in opposition to the black people. But when we dive into the history of police, we know it is. So what should we do? Well, I think we need an armed defense fund. I think we need to have a direct accountability. So not only do we hold these cops accountable for the actions they commit, but we push them away from committing those actions in the first place. Because what people didn't know is the Black Panthers, for example, what they did with their law books and guns is they showed that they knew their laws, knew their rights, and they enforced the rights of the black people. And we need to figure out how to do that on a consistent basis. Because right now we lose our people left and right. We are seeing cities turn up, fuck up the whole place because of what continues to happen. Because as this trial happens, there's people getting gunned down in their car in cold blood by police officers. And then the excuse of that it was an accident, it should have been a taser being used. A lack of accountability. And we can never really have accountability from the courtroom. We only have accountability by that which we create, what we hold them accountable for. Because the state is going to protect the state. So we gotta protect each other. Yo, thanks for rocking with me. Short, quick video, you know what I mean? But I did want to touch on the subject of Derek Chauvin and the trial that's going on, and just how effed this is, and how we need to have justice for George Floyd, but by the hands of the people. So make sure to like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit that bell and personalize it so you can stay notified every time I drop a video. Leave a comment. How do we hold the police accountable? We know the courts do not want to. Do we all have to RICO act these motherfuckers that are held accountable for the criminal empire they are? I don't know. But y'all let me know. Also, you can follow me on all my socials. That means villainus_music app, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, TikTok, Twitch. All right. If y'all want to support me, like I said, y'all can fuck with me over on Patreon, or you can cop one of these dope ass t-shirts. Yeah, they just came in, man. Black, fat, and proud, you know, brand new, spanking new. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all, I guess, Wednesday. And make sure to turn to the non-compete. We'll be talking about police terrorism on Wednesday as well. All right, deuces. I'm outro.
Walking through the crease and the cracks of the streets, struggling for some food and a bed to sleep, while trying to cause overthrow. I'm